Hello everyone and welcome to the Life Stories channel. Today we are talking about Shakira. Shakira was born on February 2nd, 1977 in Barranquilla, Colombia. She is the only child of William Mebarak Chadid and Nidia Ripoll Tirado. Being born and raised in Colombia, she is also of Lebanese descent. Her father William was born in New York City to a family from Lebanon, and at the age of 5, his family moved to Colombia. Her Colombian mother's side has two Spanish surnames, Ripoll and Tirado, the former of which is Catalan and originates from four brothers who immigrated from Catalonia to coastal Colombia in the 19th century. The name Shakira is Arabic for grateful, the feminine form of the name Shakir. She was raised Catholic and attended Catholic schools. She has 8 older half-siblings from her father's previous marriage. Shakira spent much of her youth in Barranquilla, a city located on the northern Caribbean coast of Colombia, and wrote her first poem titled La Rosa de Cristal, which means the crystal rose, when she was only 4 years old. As she was growing up, she was fascinated watching her father writing stories on a typewriter and asked for one as a Christmas gift. She got that typewriter at the age of 7 and has continued writing poetry ever since. These poems eventually evolved into songs. When Shakira was 2 years old, an older half-brother was killed in a motorcycle accident. 6 years later, at the age of 8, Shakira wrote her first song titled Tus Gafas Oscuras, Your Dark Glasses, which was inspired by her father, who for years wore dark glasses to hide his grief. When Shakira was 4 years old, her father took her to a local Middle Eastern restaurant, where Shakira first heard the doumbek, a traditional drum used in Arabic music and which typically accompanied belly dancing. She started dancing on a table, and the experience made her realize that she wanted to be a performer. She enjoyed singing for schoolmates and teachers at her Catholic school, but in 2nd grade she was rejected for the school choir because her vibrato was too strong. The music teacher told her that she sounded like a goat, and at school she was often sent out of the class because of her hyperactivity, her ADHD. She said that she's also been known as the belly dancer girl, and as she would demonstrate every Friday at her school a number that she had learned. That's how I discovered my passion for live performance, she says. To instill gratitude in Shakira for her upbringing, her father took her to a local park to see orphans who lived there. The images stayed with her, and she said to herself, one day I'm going to help these kids when I become a famous artist. Between the ages of 10 and 13, Shakira was invited to various events in Barranquilla and gained some recognition in the area. It was at this approximate time that she met local theatre producer Monica Ariza. He was impressed with her and as a result tried to help her career. During a flight from Barranquilla to Bogota, Ariza convinced Sony Colombia executive Sarah Vargas to hold an audition for Shakira in a hotel lobby. Vargas held Shakira in high regard and, returning to the Sony office, gave the cassette to a song and artist director. However, the director was not overly excited and thought Shakira was something of a lost cause. Undaunted and still convinced that Shakira had talent, Vargas set up an audition in Bogota. He arranged for Sony Colombia executives to arrive at the audition with the idea of surprising them with Shakira's performance. She performed 3 songs for the executives and impressed them enough for her to be signed to record 3 albums. Shakira's debut album, Magia, was recorded with Sony Music Colombia in 1990 when she was only 13 years old. The songs are a collection made by her since she was 8. Though it fared well on Colombian radio and gave the young Shakira much exposure, the album did not fare well commercially, as only 1,200 copies were sold worldwide. Shakira's second studio album, titled Peligro, was released in March, but Shakira was not pleased with the final result, mainly taking issue with the production. Shakira originally recorded the song Donde Estás Corazón, later released on her album Pies Descalzos, for the compilation album Nuestro Rock in 1994, released exclusively in Colombia. The song was an instant success on radio stations in Colombia, and Sony decided to finance her third record by giving her the last chance due to previous commercial failures. The album, Pies Descalzos, was released in October 1995 in the Latin American countries and in February 1996 in the US. It reached number 5 in the US Billboard Top Latin Albums chart, and in March 1996, Shakira went on her first international tour. named simply the Tour Pies Descalzos. The tour consisted of 20 shows and ended in 1997. Also in that year, Shakira received 3 Billboard Latin Music Awards for Album of the Year for Pies Descalzos, Video of the Year for Estoy Quill, and Best New Artist. Upon the success of Donde Están los Ladrones and MTV Unplugged, Shakira began working on an English crossover album. She learned English with the help of Gloria Estefan, and Shakira's 5th studio album and first English language album, titled Laundry Service in English-speaking countries and Servicio de Lavanderia in Latin America and Spain, was released on the 13th of November 2001. The album debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling over 200,000 records in its first week. The album was later certified triple platinum by the RIAA in June 2004 as well. It helped establish Shakira's musical presence in the mainstream North American market. Because the album was created for the English language market, the rock and Spanish dance influenced album gained mild critical success, with some critics claiming that her English skills were too weak for her to write songs for it. Rolling Stone, for one, stated that she sounds downright silly, or Shakira's magic is lost in translation. A similar view was expressed by Elizabeth Mendez-Berry in Vibe, while her Spanish language albums sparkled with elegant wordplay. This record is rife with cliches, both musically and lyrically, and for Anglophone Latin lovers, Shakira's lyrics are best left to the imagination. Despite this fact, the album became the best-selling album of 2002, selling more than 13 million copies worldwide and became the most successful album of her career to date. The album earned her the title as the biggest Latin female crossover artist in the world. Shakira remains one of the world's best-selling music artists. Forbes reported that, as of 2018, Shakira has become the female Latin artist who has sold the most albums in history. Shakira has received numerous awards, including 3 Grammy Awards, 12 Latin Grammy Awards, 4 MTV Video Music Awards, 7 Billboard Music Awards, 39 Billboard Latin Music Awards, 6 Guinness World Records, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She was named the top female Latin artist of the decade by Billboard twice, and for her philanthropic work with her Barefoot Foundation and her contributions to music, she received the Latin Recording Academy Person of the Year and Harvard Foundation Artist of the Year awards in 2011. She was appointed to the President's Advisory Commission on Educational Excellence for Hispanics in the US in 2011, and Chevalier of the Order of the Arts and Letters by the French government in 2012. In February 2020, she and Jennifer Lopez performed for the Super Bowl halftime show. According to Billboard, the halftime show had a viewership of 103 million people, and on YouTube it became the most viewed halftime show at that point in time. Shakira appeared in 2 television specials, with performing her songs during the COVID-19 pandemic, including Global Goal, Unite for Our Future, and the Disney Family Sing-Along Volume 2. And in regards to monuments, in 2006, a 6-ton, 5-meter tall statue of Shakira, Escultura de Shakira, designed by the German artist Dieter Patt, was installed in Shakira's hometown, Barranquilla, in a park near Estadio Metropolitano Roberto Melendez, where Shakira performed during her oral fixation tour. On the 6th of December 2007, Shakira received the key to Miami. The honor was presented to her by Mayor Manny Diaz for her global representation of Latinos. The day was declared as Shakira Day in the city, and in July 2018, Shakira visited Tarin in Lebanon, which is a village of her paternal grandmother, and during her visit, Shakira visited the Cedars Reserve in Turin, where a square in the forest was named after her. The square holds the name Shakira Isabel Mebarak. And that's it today, guys. If you like this, and please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.